I'm here with some friends of mine. They want to come say hi. Say hi. Cool. Okay, today we are going over addition with decimals. And if you want to hand me that place value chart, our objective is very simple. It is to add decimals using place value strategies and relate those strategies to a written method. So what we're going to do is we're going to do two different ways. One being the standard algorithm, the very easy way in my opinion, and then the other is more of a written and drawn up method using place value. So we're going to start with our standard algorithm, and we are going to start with a very, very simple problem, and I'm just going to write it out for you right here. 2/10, and let's see, 2/10, 5,000, this is written in unit form, plus 6/100. All right, 2/10, let me make that plural. 2/10, 5,000 plus 6/100. So we have two different numbers here. I'm going to write them down here. Zachary, feel free to zoom in when necessary here. So I've got 2/10 and 5,000. So it's going to be like this. All right, I've got a 2 in my tenths place. I don't have anything in hundredths, so I have a 0 in my hundredths place, and then I have 5 thousandths. So a 5 in my thousandths place, and I'm going to add it to 6/100, which is going to be 0.06. And I'm going to add a 0 right here to keep a placeholder. Now, like I said, it's 6/100, so I've got a 6 in the hundredths place. Now I'm going to add this up, and it's going to be very, very simple. All right, so it's 5 plus 0, which is 5, 6 plus 0, which is 6, then 2 plus 0, which is 2. Make sure we line up our decimals. Okay, I can't emphasize that enough. It is very, very, very important to line up your decimals. So take a look at that. If you have to pause it, that's okay. If you have to rewind it, figure out how we got all those numbers in place, that's okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to write these two numbers off to the side here. Actually, we'll move it a little bit farther out here, so we can remember them. And I'm going to erase this. I'm going to do it the second way. All right, the second way involves place value. Okay, everything technically involves place value, but we're going to use a place value chart right here. So I'm going to write my decimals right here. And I know that my numbers are less than 1, so I'm not going to put anything right here. I'm not going to put any zeros. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at this first one, 205 thousandths. All right, and I'm going to start with my 2, which I've got 2 dots, all right, representing that 2 in the tenths place. I don't have anything for hundredths in 205 thousandths. Okay, so I'm going to go over here and put 5 dots down. All right, we'll draw a line to separate those. All right, so I've got 2 right here and 5 right here, representing this 2 and this 5. Now I'm going to go down 1 for my 6, which is in my hundredths place. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 right here. So then I come down. All right, I'm going to put my decimal point, and I'm going to look over here. 5 plus 0, there's nothing here, so 5 plus 0 is 5. 6 plus 0, 6. 2 plus 0, 2. And then 0 plus 0 is 0. So that is the way using a place value chart that I can find my answer. Both of them are correct. One's a little bit more tedious and longer than the other. So you pick whichever one works for you. And we're going to do one more problem. So we're going to erase this. And we're going to do one more that's a little bit more complicated. Okay? So I'm going to flip to this page right here, and I'm going to do 148 thousandths plus 7 ones and 13 thousandths. Plus 7 ones and 13 thousandths. Okay, so 148 thousandths would look like this. 148 thousandths. The reason why we say 148 thousandths, because our 8 right there is in the thousandths place with a TH. Now we have right here 7 ones and 13 thousandths. 7 ones and 13 thousandths. So 7 ones, 7 ones, basically 7 in our ones place. 0 in our next place because we have 13 thousandths, okay? 1 is in the hundredths place, 3 is in the thousandths place. All right? So what we're going to do is we're going to add these right here. 8 plus 3 is 11, so I have to bring up my 1 right up here. 4 plus 1 is 5, plus this one we brought up, and that is 6. And then we're going to go 1 plus 0, line up our decimal point, 7 plus 0, and we have our answer of 7 and 161 thousandths. Now, let's write our numbers off the side so we remember them when we do it with the way involving place value. Oh, my mistake there. And 7. All right. So those are our two numbers, and we're going to do it the second way I showed you. Nope, dropping a cap there. All right, so first one, 148,000. So we write our 1 in our tens place, 4 in a hundredths, and 8 in a thousandths. Line up our decimal. So I'm sorry, I'm writing that the wrong way, okay? Let me draw it up the right way, okay? My bad. We're going to draw it like this, all right? Dots in each one. So 1 dot because we have 1 in the tens place. 4 dots right here because we have 4 in the hundredths place. And then we're going to move on to our thousandths place, which has 8 in our thousandths place. All right? And so then we move on to the next number, which is 7 and 13 thousandths. And we're going to draw 7 dots right here in the ones place. All right, 7 in the ones place. Make sure we'll draw a line to separate this so we know what's where. All right, so we're going to skip this one because there's a 0 in this spot. And then we're going to draw a 1 right here. All right, 1 dot. And then 3 right here. Okay, so we are going to add all these together. And first we're going to go 8 plus 3. And so we have to regroup with that one. We know it's going to be 11. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave one of these, okay, and group 10 together. And we're going to take it and put it right here. And it's just going to be, it's going to represent 1 dot, okay? Because 10 thousandths equals 1 100th. All right, so we're grouping all those together as we would regroup in just a normal addition problem like this one, and putting 1 over here. And so 1 is left right here. All right, and now 4 plus 6, or 4 plus 2 is 6. My bad, 4 plus 2 is 6. So we're going to look at this one right here, 1 plus 0. All right, and then 7 plus 0. And that is the way that we do addition with decimals in a place value form. That is everything we've got for today, and tomorrow we're going to be going over subtraction with decimals. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.